found my husband's dead ex-girlfriend in a box on our honeymoon. I filed for divorce before sunrise. Our honeymoon night was supposed to be quiet. We were staying in a small hotel in Gao. The ocean light was slipping through the curtains. The room smelled faintly of salt and sunscreen. I was exhausted after a full day of travel. I remember falling asleep, only waking up. Something felt off, though. My husband was sitting on the edge of the bed, his back to me. In his hands, he was holding a small wooden box, cradling in the way someone held something very fragile, precious. At first, I thought it was a gift, maybe something sentimental he wanted to share. Then I heard him whisper her name, Anushka. My chest tightened. Anushka was his ex-girlfriend. She had died 4 years ago in an accident. I knew about her. I knew her death had devastated him. I had never been jealous of a memory, or so I told myself. But seeing him like that in the middle of the night, holding that box like a treasure, it stirred something cold in my stomach. What are you doing? I asked, half asleep. He flinched so hard he almost dropped the box. He turned around with the expression of a child caught doing something wrong. He's like, nothing, he said quickly, sliding the box under his pillow. Just thinking. I sat up. What's in the box? He hesitated too long. It's like, it's Anushka ashes. I felt numb. You brought her ashes on our honeymoon? She always wanted to come to Gao, he said, not meeting my eyes. Then he stood up and went to take a shower. I stayed frozen on the bed. Something about his voice, about the way he avoided looking at me, told me I hadn't heard the whole truth. When the bedroom door closed, I reached for the pillow. The box was lighter than I expected. I told myself not to open it, that I was wrong and disrespectful, but I needed to know. Inside the box, there were no ashes. Instead, there was a gold chain with the name Anushka, neatly folded letters tied with a ribbon, and a photograph. A recent photograph. Anushka stood smiling in front of a mirror, alive. At the bottom of the box was a hidden note in the delicate cursive. When she falls asleep, meet me. My hands started shaking. By 6 a.m., my bags were packed. I told my husband I wanted a divorce. He didn't argue. He didn't ask why. He just looked at me with something that felt disturbingly close to relief. I left. 2 weeks later, while staying at my parents' house, I received a call from an unknown caller. A number. Did you enjoy a gal? Woman asked calmly. I hung up. That evening, I received an email. Subject: I'm sorry you found out this way. Attached was a video. CCTV from a hotel. Timestamp 2:17. Our honeymoon night. Watched my husband leave the room. 5 minutes later, Anushka entered. She stood beside my sleeping body, stared at me for a few seconds, then looked directly into the camera and smiled. The email ended in one line. You made a right decision. He was never free. 3 days later, I read the news. My husband was found dead in the same hotel room. The police ruled it as suicide. One item was missing in the room, the wooden box. 7 minutes later at night, I get a WhatsApp notification from an unknown contact. No message, just a profile picture. A smiling woman standing in front of a mirror named Nushka. Bro, this gave me chills. What the fuck? This is fucking scary. What the fuck? Okay, I don't know if this is real. What the fuck? But thank you so much for showing. This is so scary.